about the kidneys. We are going to deal with the kidney only. Please paste the paper into your notebook, the paper that you can download from Blackboard, or you got it at the end of the class, of the previous class. The kidney is surrounded by the fibrous renal capsule, this brown structure, and this is really smooth, transparent material that covers the kidney. It's tightly attached to the surface of the kidney. Moving more exteriorly from the kidney, we have, as we said in the previous video, the perirenal fat capsule, that if it's going to lose its mass, this capsule, the kidney will move downwards, so ptosis will happen. The most outside protective layer is the fibrous renal fascia that also protects the kidney and keeps it its place. I did not draw the adrenal gland in here. Now, the green structure medially, we are in the medial segment, is the renal pelvis that goes in with continuation to the ureter, and the kidney stone can form here. The purple color is going to indicate the calyces. This is plural. Calyx is the singular form. Calyces is the plural form. We distinguish between major and minor calyces. The major ones are over there, in more close to the pelvis area. And the minors are cup-like structures that they enclose, they are cup-like structures of the extension of the major calyces and enclose that structure that is called the papilla of the pyramids. The papilla of the pyramid sits into the calyx. Calyx means cup. Okay, so below the fibrous renal capsule, we find a light structure that is called the cortex of the kidney. It contains vascular supply for the kidney. It is rich in arteries and veins, and the nephrons, the basic urine-forming structure, the nephrons, the majority of the nephrons locate in the cortex. More towards the renal pelvis is the medulla of the kidney. What I'm coloring is the medullary renal pyramids, or the pyramids. They have a pyramid shape, and on the drawing also it has stripes, so it will be important. You really can see it on the kidney, what we will dissect hopefully next class. It contains, it's a little bit darker color. The papilla of the pyramids are sitting into the minor calyces, and the striping formation in the pyramids are due to the collecting ducts inside of the pyramids, and the base of the pyramid is towards the cortex. Between the pyramids, we have the renal columns. They are yellow in here, renal columns, and they are cortex-like material in the medulla, basically. Let's talk about the vascular supply to the kidney. The vessels, the arteries and the veins, and also the ureter go through the opening, and the opening of the kidney is medially located, and it's a hilum. It's called the hilum. Now, the ureter is leaving the kidney, and it's the thickest one, so that's how you can identify it. The renal vein is the thinnest structure at the hilum, and the renal artery is there, and it's in between. Vessels. Renal artery goes through the hilum, goes towards the kidney and divides up into segmental arteries, and the segmental artery enters the hilum. After the segmental artery, it divides up into lobar artery, L-O-B-A-R artery. The lobar artery is going to divide up again into interlobar artery. Interlobar artery goes between the pyramids in the in the renal columns, and going to divide up at the cortex and medullary region into arcuate arteries. The arcuate arteries going to give rise to interlobular arteries into the cortex region. Oh gee, that's so bad. Reject the call. Reject the call. Okay, the veins are going gather all around and leave the kidney through the renal vein into inferior vena cava. Oh, reject the call, reject the call.